Stephen King fans are eating good this year, I'll tell you that. Let's talk about The Running Man. Hey guys, AJYT Abbott here. Welcome to my review for The Running Man. This is the newest Stephen King adaptation. This is our 4th Stephen King movie this year. 5th project, including It Welcome to Derry. This is directed by Edgar Wright, legendary filmmaker that made one of my favorite movies of all time, Shaun of the Dead, as well as Baby Driver, Last Night in Soho, Hot Fuzz at World's End, Scott Pilgrim. He's a legendary filmmaker, and he's back to give us The Running Man, which, of course, we had a movie called The Running Man back in the 80s with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he absolutely crushed in that movie. I love the original Running Man. Arnold just chainsawing a dude right in the dick. I love that. This stars Glenn Powell, Coleman Domingo, Josh Brolin, William H. Macy, Michael Cera. So it's got a great cast, great filmmaker at the helm. Should make for a great action film. Now, let's talk about it. This will contain some spoilers. If you guys haven't seen the film, definitely go check it out and come back to hear my thoughts. Let's dive in. So, I was really anticipating this movie. This was one of my most anticipated films of the year. This was one of my most anticipated films, period. Once I realized that it got announced, I was like, I don't care when this is coming out. This is one of my most anticipated films right now. Because I know the potential of Edgar Wright. I know the source material is awesome because it's Stephen King, and I'm a huge Stephen King fan. And the cast. Glenn Powell is charming as ever. He is not taking any shit off of anyone in this movie as Ben Richards. He is a guy that is very angry, but rightfully so because of what he's going through. He has a wife and child. The child is sick. So to get money for them and to get them out of this hellhole that they're living in, he decides to sign up for The Running Man, which is this contest where you have to last 30 days, and you're being chased by hunters the whole time, and your job is just to stay alive, really. In this movie, they add on a couple of stipulations that Arnold didn't have to do in the original version. I feel like this movie might be a little bit more faithful of a retelling of the book. I don't know, because I haven't read the book, but it seems like to me they definitely, 80s Arnoldified the original Running Man, where it's like we gotta have Arnold making quips, we gotta have Arnold, cutting dudes down and saying funny lines and stuff like that, mowing dudes down with machine guns. And this movie doesn't really have that. It has some of that, don't get me wrong. Like, Glenn Powell does kill quite a few people in this movie, but there's more of a heart to this movie because you have that familial tie to him. He's doing this all for his wife and kid, whereas in the original film, Arnold is just put in this situation because he gets arrested and he was, framed for mowing down innocent people. Josh Brolin is really good as the head of this television studio company, the network. He is just really chewing the scenery, being like, man, I'm gonna make your life a living hell. And just being a real dick to Glenn Powell's character. Coleman Domingo, as a big Coleman Domingo fan, I wish there was more of him in this movie, because he's kind of playing the role that in the original film, he's like our main villain. In this movie, he's not really, he's just the announcer guy. Instead, that role of the main villain, Killian, is given to Josh Brolin. So he's not like doing the announcing and shit. He's just the head of the network. It's Coleman Domingo's character, Bobby T, that is the announcer and kind of, walking the audience through this experience, recounting what's happening. For the first about hour of the movie, I'll admit it was kind of waning on me, like just the repetitiveness of him, having to survive day to day, moving on from location to location. There is some intensity to it, but at the same time, I was just like, man, I just really hope there's a bit more meat to this. And about halfway through, it really does find its stride to make you care about his journey, about what he's fighting for, what he's, trying to get out of all of this. I will say, though, the biggest thing that holds this movie back from being a really great film is I don't feel the Edgar Wright in this Edgar Wright movie. If you've seen his other films like Shaun of the Dead or Scott Pilgrim, he has this very distinct comedic style where there's all these fun, camera pans or tilts or zooms, and some cool cuts here and there, some nice one shot takes and stuff like that. Here you don't get that. You don't really get. You get some of the one shot stuff with like Glenn running down hallways, getting shot at, stuff like that. But other than that, you don't get any of his distinct style. So it's almost like I wish I could go into this movie just not knowing who the director is at all, or ever knowing who the director is. Like, I wish there was a way where I could watch this movie and not know who the director is, because I'm just going into it expecting that Edgar Wright style, and I'm not getting it. So that's part of that's a big part of the enjoyment factor that I get out of his movies, is that style that he has. And for this movie to kind of abandon that, it's like, damn it. Like, that kind of bothers me, and it kind of ruins the experience for me a bit, I'm not gonna lie. Also some decisions, some story decisions in the third act, where they're trying to find a way to put Glenn's character in a box, put Ben Richards in a box, where it's like, okay, he's going on this plane, he's making them a deal, but wait, no, there's this twist that they have in mind for him where they've killed his family, so now he has nothing to lose, and they're just going to kill him now unless he kills the hunters and becomes a hunter himself. But no, wait, no, actually, maybe his family isn't alive, or maybe his family is alive, but oh no, the plane's exploded. Is he actually dead or not? And you go back and forth with that, and then at the very end, it's like, oh yeah, he is alive, and he's coming back for revenge, and then he's just about to shoot Josh Brolin's character, and then we go to the credits. I was like, man, the ending kind of felt like it was just going in circles. Like, we're debating on whether or not we're doing this ending where, even though his family is dead, he dies an honorable way, not succumbing to the company, to the network, and dying in this way. But no, it's like actually like this heroic moment in the end where he does live and he does take down Josh Brolin and his family's alive, but we just don't get the full payoff of that. I was happy he didn't kill Coleman Domingo's character. He kind of fucks off. He's like, yeah, I'm leaving because the people are revolting against the show. And there's a tiny print in my contract that says, fuck you. And he just leaves. Great exit for him. So yeah, some stuff in the ending wasn't as polished, as satisfactory as I would have hoped. And just missing the Edgar Wright style kind of dipped this down from being something really great. So I am a tad bit disappointed, but at the same time, I had fun with it. It's a great cast, it's a great story, some fun action in there. I just wish that Edgar Wright style was in here, because if it was, this could have been one of the best action films of the year. I'm still giving it a 7 out of 10. I still had a lot of fun with The Running Man. It's a movie that I do look forward to watching again, just to see if I like it less or if I like it more, maybe. I don't know. Maybe now knowing that it won't have that Edgar Wright style, maybe it will help me enjoy it a little bit more. But I don't know. Just knowing that it's an Edgar Wright film, knowing his style, being such a big fan of it, and not having it in this movie kind of dragged it down for me. So let me know what you guys thought of The Running Man down in the comments below. My throat's getting sore from talking. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care and goodbye.